Morning from Aussievision. This is Hayley. We've just finished watching the Greek national final, and I'm here with a very special guest, Kyriakos. Kyriakos, how are you?
Yeah, good. Thanks for having me back, and nice to join the Aussievision team as a guest now that Greece has national final.
Absolutely. So we have a winner. What do you think of the winning song?
Yeah, Clavia with Asteromata was actually my favorite going in. It was my
Yeah.
12 points in the Aussievision rankings that we did. And I thought vocally she did really well. And I think maybe even with the running order, like I think she was like fifth, and she just popped. Like I think the first start were a
Yeah.
bit mellow, and
Yeah.
then when she performed, it just for me it felt like that's when the show started. Personally,
Yes. Yeah.
um,
I
overall
agree.
performance, I thought, yeah, yeah,
Well, yeah, you're right. It was off to a slow start. And then even though for a ballad being a slower song, the show, I don't know, kicked into a gear of, okay, now we're talking.
yes, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So, her performance, I think she sang vocally was perfect. I was a bit concerned about the sound mixing earlier on in the show, but when she came on,
Yeah.
her vocals were superb. I don't think there's anything we need to worry about for Basil, but I'm a little bit concerned about that staging. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. That's what I was about to say before. Like, I just saw the dancers. I was like, just waiting for them to do something because they were there. You could see they were there. I'm like, oh, something going to happen? No, something going to happen? No. And I think just stand up and then sit down or something. It just, yeah. So staging wise, I think there's a lot more that could be done and I think it would just elevate the performance more if they do come up with something interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Lots of smoke on stage, I feel would be really good.
Mm.
I think it looked like she had kind of like an extension of her outfit in a swirl on the ground, and some
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
dancers were kind of coming out of that. So I don't know if that's meant to sort of signify anything, but I think they've got a little bit of work to do, but the song's perfect.
Asterometa, it's like starry-eyed. So I think the only thing I could visualize maybe it's like the Milky Way,
Ah.
and they were like stars. I don't know. That's the only thing I got out of it. But yeah, I hope they do something a little bit extra.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I would go back to the drawing board and I think they've got a fair bit to work with. We've got four songs at Eurovision and they're all in their native languages as well.
Hmm, very interesting.
Interesting. So Evangelia, she came second with 42 points just behind the winner. What did you think of her performance?
Yeah, she was one of the hot favorites, especially like within the fandom. And yeah, losing by 2 points, she just misses out to fulfill her dream to go to Eurovision. So I actually didn't mind the performance. I thought the orange looked very striking,
Mm.
and I thought she did bring some energy, and there was nice choreo with her performance. But yeah, just unfortunately, I think just yeah, Clavia was just a touch better at the end of the day.
Yeah, I agree that I did love the orange as well, but I felt that this was a certain qualifier. So I guess she'll have to
Yeah,
come back another time with another song. But boy, that was close, hey?
yeah, so close. Feel sorry for Ilya, but yeah, fingers crossed next time.
Yeah, absolutely. So as for the show, what did you think of the show? I really enjoyed the hosts.
Yeah, yeah, Sakirivas and Ellen Paparizou. I was so excited when they were announced to host it, and they did a great job. I thought the show, like overall, flowed pretty well, and there was just no drama. I don't know why. I was a pessimist beforehand, expecting like there would be some sort of drama or some sort of controversy, but no, it did really well. Maybe the start was it took a while to get there, and it was a little bit like the Rivas and Paparizou show, and I'm not
Yeah,
complaining. That was
no.
good. But then once we got into the songs, it really like went quickly.
Yeah, it moved very quickly. It did take a while to get started. I think it was about 45 minutes before the first song. And when you're waking up really early in the morning, that's kind of that 45 minutes really almost feels like it's dragging on a little bit. But with those two performing, it was great. I think that maybe they could have had some of those performances in the middle during the voting to maybe stretch out the voting a little bit more.
Mm.
So as for the songs, we know what your favorite was, but were there any more standouts for you?
I thought Vietnamese with Odyssey, like I thought
Yeah.
that really stood out. They had a nice energy. Like it reminded me of like hurricane or something, or some
Yes.
some like
Yeah.
just some sort of like vibe there. So and the crowd kind of were cheering a lot. So part of me thought, you know what? If they win too, I'm not going to be like upset about that. They just surprised me. And personally, I thought Sirens, I thought her performance by
Yeah.
Barb's, yeah, it was actually really good.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah, those two girls, I thought the same thing, like a Greek, a hurricane. I
Yeah,
thought at one point they were maybe going to win, because I think the the reaction they got was quite big.
yeah,
My favorite play
yes.
it surpassed my expectations, and I'm so glad she sung so well. And having that last was really playful, I guess. So, was there any other standouts for you?
I also thought Konstantinos Christoforou and Kostas Karafotis, they did the song Paradisos, and I thought that was actually really good
Yeah.
performance, very like traditional sound, and the staging. There was a lot more to the staging than I was expecting.
Mm. Their vocals were absolutely flawless, and I knew you'd say that you loved them. They were great.
Yeah,
Um, so how do you think the song's going to go at Eurovision?
yeah. So well, like couldn't get past the fact that I kept thinking about Greece's entry from 2018 and
Hmm.
Yana Terzi's
Yeah,
song Oniromu. So like part of me was scared that she's just gonna like lift her hand up and it's gonna be blue. I don't know. But I did go looking back, and in 2018, Yana actually came 10th in the televote. So technically, if it was a televote only semi-final back then, she would have scraped through.
yeah,
So, and that was quite a few years ago.
yeah,
So maybe there's more appreciation for that traditional ballad, and yeah, it would be interesting to see how she goes this time around.
yeah. I think we're sort of more the more ethnic songs now we're really leaning towards, and I think there is a more of an
Yeah.
appreciation for them. I guess it all depends on what else will be part of the show. Like we've already got a ballad, and that's from
Mm.
Montenegro, but they're very different ballads as well. So I think this song's got the ability to really suck people in and just be transfixed for 3 minutes, if they can get that staging right. Because her voice is sublime.
Yeah, it really comes across like a very majestic performance. So, yeah, if they get that staging right, they could probably go really far with this and get a good
Yeah,
result for Greece.
yeah. I kind of feel that yeah, with the good staging, it'll qualify. But then again, not knowing what the other songs are going to be. But after listening to a lot of the other national finals, so this year, I haven't really liked too much yet. So I think this song will leave an impact. If it also, it's got to be placed in the right spot in the show as well. So
Yes,
um,
yes.
I think we're in with Greece and Australia are in the same semi-final, aren't they?
Yeah, so I'm more than happy, more likely going to vote for Greece, which is
Yes.
nice. So,
That's good. That's good. Cool. So do you
and
have
all the
any other
Greeks in
com
Australia too. So,
Exactly, exactly. Like I think
yeah,
Melbourne has what the largest Greek population outside of Greece, so that's got to be
yeah,
something.
correct. Yeah,
So thank you for chatting to me. Do you think you'll come back and do it all again next year for Greece?
yeah. If they do another national final, yes, and it was great to see what they did with the show, and I think it has a future if it worked out well for Ed, the Greek broadcaster. I think they definitely continue down that route. I'm assuming if they get a good result in Basel, then we might see another national final, I'm guessing. So, yeah, fingers
Yeah.
crossed.
Yeah, that's sort of the way it tends to work, isn't it? If it sort of gets a good result.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much for joining me and having a chat. I guess we can both now go back to work. And I guess we can look forward to seeing how Greece does at Eurovision.
Yeah, no problem. Good luck to Greece. And thank you very much, Hayley. It's been a
Okay.
joy working with you again.
Okay. Thank you. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.